traders. It's Bill Baruch with Blue Line Futures, and it's your daily midday market minute. Powell's moving markets again, but before I get to it, if you're watching this on YouTube, please click the link below and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And if you're watching from our website, there's also a link below to direct you to YouTube, and you can subscribe that way. We'd love you to follow us. We'd love you to help us build our following. That's right. Powell is at it again today with a interview at the Economic Club of Washington, D.C., and, you know, he didn't really walk back the dovishness that was exuded at his press conference last week following the FOMC decision. Markets rallied out of that. And I think initially some of the early comments, I mean, you saw the S&P get back up to 4170, NASDAQ back to 12,700, the Russell 30 points plus off the lows. As that conversation developed, he used the opportunity to really say that jobs report, you know, regardless of it only being one report, I personally look at three being a trend, but regardless of that just being one report, it happened. That cat's out of the bag. And if that continues to happen, they're going to have to continue to raise rates and go past what the market's pricing in right now. I think after he said that, you started to see markets take back those gains and right back near the lows of the session, battling at that 4,100 area in the S&P. It's a huge level of resistance. It's a huge level of support. It used to be a resistance, and now that we got above there, it's acting as a really strong level of support right now. That 12,500, 12,550 in the NASDAQ, also very sticky. If we can get down below those levels of support, I highlighted really big, rare major 4-star support in the S&P and other big levels for the NASDAQ on our Morning Express, so go check them out. It's going to matter where we close today. This is a really big battle here between the bulls and the bears, so today's close is going to be paramount. See where we close here today, and there's going to be a lot of volatility in the next couple of hours before that happens. Moving on, crude oil did jump back up to $77. We have a number of resistance levels highlighted on the Morning Express there for crude oil. Really, we traded down to 72 and change yesterday, rebounded pretty well, but the overnight move started to happen after Saudi Arabia raised prices on their crude for Asian delivery. First time in 6 months they've done that. We've also seen just sort of a little bit of a delay in getting crude oil flows back through the Turkey pipeline. That was halted and then it was actually resumed here about an hour ago. So what we're seeing right now is crude more reacting to just the overall macro picture after Powell had spoken. It's still hanging at the highs of the day. The shift is going to be into the U.S. inventory data, which get API after the bell today. I put some of these early estimates on the Morning Express, so go check it out. And then lastly here, the metals. The dollar's had a tremendous amount of volatility on the heels of Powell. We saw the dollar sell off, dollar index sell off, get back below 103. Now it's coming back up to about 103.40. Watch the dollar closely. I think that's really dictating here what you're seeing in the metals, regardless of what gold is doing. What gold is being very tethered to the metals, very tethered to the dollar. We saw copper rebound from that around $4 support. However, silver is really just remaining, which very, very lifeless at best. I mean, it's trading down here at this 22 mark. Didn't really jump much. In silver, we've cited this in recent weeks. Prior to this, or before this recent sell-off, there was a divergence with gold and silver was really showing a lot of weakness and couldn't break out when everything else really did. So watch silver very closely here. A couple levels of support lined up on the Morning Express, and then gold. Talked about our target to the downside if this thing were to continue to sell off. Rare major 4-star support in gold is highlighted on the Morning Express, but. Watch what you're seeing here with the dollar. The yen did have a little bit of strength on the heels of some wage data last night, but the yen moved up pretty good here today. So watch the dollar index, watch the yen, watch rates if you're trading these precious metals. Our team is here to help. Give us a shout. 312-278-0500. Remember, futures trading involves substantial risk of loss. It is not suitable for all investors.